All right, so coming down, sitting on the mat, and as usual, before we start, just adding a little bit of movement. So stretching the legs, maybe gently tapping the back of the knees on the ground, circling the ankles, just releasing any tension in the legs, and then crossing the legs, coming to seated position, maybe gently rocking from side to side, just finding our spot. And maybe circling the arms, creating a little bit of movement in the shoulders, maybe shrugging the shoulders a little bit. And then gently rolling the head from side to side, just to find that nice neutral position. And then bringing the hands on top of the knees, palms facing up or down, whichever you prefer. And then closing the eyes. Just allowing yourself to arrive in the practice, taking one big inhale through the nose and releasing a big sigh through the mouth. Just letting go of any tension anywhere in the body and taking the opportunity to check in with yourself, see how you're doing mentally, physically, emotionally this morning, without any judgment or expectation, just simply embracing how you are right now. And gently bringing the awareness from the outside, from the surroundings, maybe becoming aware of any sounds around you, and slowly bringing the awareness to the inside, tuning in with the body, listening in for any signals being sent to the brain. Slowly scanning the body as if greeting each part of the body, one part at a time, starting with the toes, maybe gently wriggling the toes, becoming aware of each individual toe, observing any sensations there. Observing sensation in the feet, the side of the feet in contact with the ground, the side of the feet in contact with the other leg, where the legs are crossing, the sole of the feet, the ankles. Becoming aware of the sensations happening in the lower part of the legs, the calves, the shins, the knees. And as the awareness comes to the knees, noticing the hands, the heaviness of the hands resting on top of the knees, observing the contact of the hands with the knees, the sensation of pressure, maybe even of tingling. And following the hands, going up the arms, becoming aware of any sensations in the arms. Noticing the heaviness of the arms. Noticing how the arms gently pull down on the shoulders. Coming back to the legs. And traveling from the knees towards the hips, becoming aware of any sensation in the thighs, in the sitting bone in contact with the mat, the hips. Becoming aware of the heaviness of the body, rooting in, sinking into the mat, traveling to the back and starting at the base of the spine, noticing any sensations there around the sacrum, and traveling up the spine, just like slowly climbing up a ladder, one vertebra at a time, becoming aware of the spine. And as the awareness comes to the spine, maybe even noticing how the muscles are starting to engage a little bit, strengthening the back, as if you were growing taller, becoming aware of sensation around the spine, in the middle of the back, And then going up around the shoulder blades, the back of the rib cage. Noticing any sensations there. Noticing perhaps as the shoulders starting to lift and grow taller, once again creating space and length. Traveling through the front of the body, around the navel, the stomach. Maybe here, see if you've been holding the tummy in, relaxing the tummy, allowing the tummy to do its thing. And the next time you inhale, sending the air all the way down in the lungs, lifting the tummy up. And as the exhale comes in, the tummy comes back down. Traveling up the chest, becoming aware of any sensations, any tensions there, any movement. Becoming aware of sensation around the shoulders, the neck, the head. Becoming aware of the space between the head and the shoulders. Once again, maybe feeling as if the head is lifting a little bit higher. Pulling the neck, growing the neck. And then bringing the awareness to the face, relaxing the muscles around the face, relaxing the muscles around the eyebrows, the eyeballs, the jaws. Feeling as if the skin was expanding, taking in more space. And then finally, taking in the whole of the body, visualizing the body sitting down on the mat, feeling rooted, feeling heavy. And perhaps even at the same time, starting to feel as if the body has started hovering just above the ground, floating, feeling light. Merging with the universe, with space. And then bringing the awareness to the breath, the journey taken by the air through the body, bringing life. Starting at the nose, traveling through the nostrils, the back of the throat, and inside the lungs. Gently lifting the rib cage and gently lifting the tummy up with the inhale. And slowly coming back down with the exhale. Engaging the Ujjayi breath, creating the sound with the breath. Noticing the breath cycle lengthening and deepening. Just before we start the practice, formulating an intent for today's class. And perhaps today, since today is all about relaxation, focusing on letting go, releasing, letting go of any emotion that doesn't serve you. Anger, frustration, fear, hatred perhaps. Just letting go of all these negative emotions that are a drain on your energy. Now slowly opening the eyes, keeping a soft gaze as we bring movement to the breath. Inhale, lifting the arms to the ceiling, clasping the hands, pushing the palms up, creating a long stretch as if waking up. Exhale, releasing the arms down. Inhale, arms towards the ceiling, looking up. Exhale, folding forward, hands on the floor. Inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the arms, looking up. Exhale, folding forward, hands on the floor. Inhale, lifting the chest, arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, folding forward, hands on the floor, spending the next few breaths here. Taking a moment to notice sensations happening in the lower back, in the hips, maybe in the legs and in the feet, feeling the pressure of the weight of the body. Nice long breath here. And then on the next inhale, walking the hands all the way to the left side, creating a long stretch on the right side of the body. Nice long breath. On the next inhale, walking the hands all the way to the other side. And then coming back to the center. One more breath here. And on the next inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the arms, looking up. Exhale, releasing the arms down. Now adding a little bit of movement of the shoulders here. Gently rolling the shoulders, lifting the shoulders towards the ears. Nice long breath. And then release. Hands can rest on top of the knees. One big inhale here, making sure the chin is slightly going towards the chest. There's length in the back. As you exhale, turning the head towards the right. Inhale, head to the center. Exhale, head to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, back to the center. One breath here. Exhale, bringing the chin to the chest, creating length in the back, in the neck. Inhale, lifting the chin towards the ceiling, creating length in the front of the throat. Exhale, chin down to the chest, making sure the shoulders stays where they are. Inhale, chin up. Exhale, chin down. Inhale, chin up. Exhale, chin down. Inhale, back to the center, bringing the right hand on top of the right shoulder here, and then wrapping the left hand all the way, the arm all the way, so that you're bringing the fingertips of the left hand on the right temple. Big inhale here. As you exhale, with the left hand, pulling the head towards the left, and pulling the right shoulder down. Nice long breath. And on the next inhale, back to the center, switching side, left hand on your left shoulder, wrapping the right arm around your head. Big inhale here. Exhale, pulling the head towards the right, pulling the left shoulder down. Nice long breath. Inhale, coming back to the center, adding a little bit of movement. Give me 1 second. I just need to close my curtain a little bit. There's a bit too much sunshine. Good problem to have. And then from here, on the next inhale, lifting the right arm up. Exhale, tipping to the left, staying 1 or 2 breaths here. And maybe imagine you're trying to really pull your arm, your right hand, all the way to the left side. Maybe feel free to add a little pulsing motion here. Inhale, coming back to the center. Left arm goes up. Exhale, tipping to the right. Once again, spending 1 or 2 breaths here. Adding a bit of pulsing movement, really stretching the left arm, going all the way to the right side. Inhale, back to the center. Bringing the arms stretched in front of you, palm to palm. On the next inhale, opening the right arm, twisting to the right, keeping the left arm to the front. So opening the arms like a book. Exhale, closing back to the front. Inhale, twisting to the left. Left arm goes, travels all the way to the back. Right arm stays straight at the front. Exhale, close. Inhale, opening to the right. Exhale, close. Inhale, opening to the left. Exhale, close. Inhale, opening to the right. Exhale, close. Inhale, opening to the left. And exhale, close. Release the arms, adding a little bit of movement, whatever you need. And then rocking forward, coming onto all four. If you want to bring some padding to protect the knees, feel free to do that. Coming onto tabletop now, making sure the hands are directly underneath the shoulders. Ready for a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, drop in the tummy. Looking ahead, tummy really going towards the floor. Exhale, starting by tucking the pelvis in, rounding up the back all the way to the shoulders. Chin comes to the chest. Inhale, dropping the tummy. Exhale, rounding up the back. And here, just gently pushing the hips to the right and then pushing the hips to the left, keeping the back rounded. Back to the center. Inhale, dropping the tummy. Exhale, rounding up the back, swinging the hips to each side. Inhale, dropping the tummy. Exhale, rounding up the back, swinging the hips left and right. Inhale, dropping the tummy. Exhale, rounding up the back, swinging the hips to the side. Inhale, dropping the tummy. Exhale, rounding up the back, this time bringing the hips to the heels, keeping the hands where they are. Coming into child's pose for a moment. 1 or 2 breaths here, noticing the pressure of the tummy against the thighs. One or two breaths here. And on the next inhale, lifting the chest, sitting on the heels, so the feet are flat on the ground here. Bringing the hands behind you, leaning back, fingers pointing towards the body. On the next inhale, lifting the chest towards the ceiling, stretching the arms and squeezing the shoulder blades together, allowing the head to roll back. 1 or 2 breaths here. And on the next inhale, lifting the chest, coming back to the center, release the arms, adding a little bit of movement for the arms. Now bringing the hands behind the ears, just behind the head here. On the next inhale, pushing the elbows out towards the back, lifting the chest so you can arch the back a little bit as well. So basically mirroring cat and cow. As you exhale, bringing the elbows to the front, gently pulling the head down, rounding up the back this time, going down. Inhale, lifting and opening up, chest towards the ceiling. Exhale, closing the elbows, pulling down, rounding up the back. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, close. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, close. Inhale, opening up. And on the next exhale, closing down. Inhale, coming back to the center. You can still keep the padding actually back onto all 4. On the next inhale, stretching the right leg. As you exhale, pivoting the body towards the right. So opening the chest towards the right, lifting the right arm. Right foot on the mat, right hand, right arm extended. Creating a long stretch here, long line, traveling through the right foot, touching the ground, the right hip, the right shoulder, the arm. And maybe looking up towards the ceiling. Nice long breath here. Once again, feel free to extend. Imagine someone is pulling your right hand and your right arm, right foot away from each other, creating a longer line. As you exhale, traveling back to the center, back onto all 4, ready for the other side. Inhale, stretching the left leg. Exhale, pivoting the body, opening to the left. Left arm goes up. Creating a long stretch, a long line on the left side of the body. Someone pulling the left arm away, someone pulling the left foot away. Really opening up, turning the face towards the ceiling if you can. And on the next exhale, coming back to the center. I'm going to move my padding a little bit out. So from all 4 here, stepping the hands a little bit more further out in front of you. 1 big inhale here, exhale, sinking the chest and the armpit towards the ground, extended puppy. Nice long breath here. On the next inhale, lifting the chest, keeping the hands where they are. Exhale, melting towards the ground. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, going down. Inhale, lifting the chest, keep the hand where they are. Exhale, sinking back down. And on the next inhale, lifting back, gently bringing the hands, sitting on the heels. Once again, releasing the arms, moving the padding. So moving the towel now. Feel free to add a little bit more movement of the shoulders and the arms, maybe opening, closing the hands, circling the wrist here. And then back onto all four, tucking the toes under. Inhale, hips to the ceiling, coming into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And feel free here to bend one knee at a time, creating space in the back of the legs. Maybe gently rocking the hips from left to right. Really finding that space, connecting with the pause. So the heels are maybe a little bit off the ground, maybe your knees are a bit bent. And from here, making sure the hands are really pushing the mat away. Once again, creating cat and cow. Inhale, dropping the tummy. Imagine you're pushing the bum towards the ceiling. As you exhale, tucking the pelvis in, lifting the navel towards the back, rounding up the back. Inhale, dropping the tummy. Exhale, pelvis in, rounding up the back. Inhale, dropping the tummy. Exhale, rounding up the back. Inhale, dropping the tummy. Exhale, rounding up the back. One more breath, back to neutral here. As you next exhale, bend the knees, look up. Inhale, stepping the right foot towards the right hand on the edge of the mat. Left foot to the other side. And then slowly allowing the hips to come down, coming into Malasana, Yogi Squat. Keeping the hands on the mat, gently rocking from side to side here. Once again, taking time to really connect with the position, noticing the sensation happening in the hips, in the lower back, finding that center. And then when you're ready, maybe on the next inhale, gently starting to straighten the back, bringing the hands in prayer pose, and bringing the elbows resting against the inside of your knees here. Nice long breath. On the next exhale, keeping the shape, bringing the hands down on the ground. Inhale, opening to the right, right arm goes up. Left arm still pushing against the left leg. Exhale, back down to the center, switching side. Inhale, opening to the left, left arm goes up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, switching side, opening to the right, right arm goes up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, twist, twisting to the left, left arm goes up. And exhale, back down, hands on the mat. Inhale, lifting the hips, stepping the right foot to the back, left foot to the back, coming back into downward facing dog just for a moment. Once again, feel free to bend one knee at a time, readjusting in any way you need. On the next exhale, bend the knees, look up. Inhale, stepping the feet towards the middle part of the mat, keeping some space between the feet. Knees are still bent until you can rest the tummy on top of the thighs. And then grabbing hold of opposite elbows here. Gently starting to rock from side to side in ragdoll. Nice long breath. Just gently, slowly rocking to the right, and then slowly going to the left. Allowing your feet and the legs to do whatever they want. So maybe when you go to one side, the opposite leg straighten a little bit. Maybe the heel comes off the ground. Just finding your movement, finding what works for you. No tension in the shoulders or in the neck. Just using gravity. Maybe closing the eyes and noticing the sensation happening in the lower back. On the next exhale, settling back down to the center, releasing the arms so the hands are touching the floor. Tummy still on the thighs. As you next inhale, starting to lift, only going halfway up, keeping the back rounded. And then once the hands are off the ground, adding a little bit of movement of the arms. So creating circling motion here with the arms, simply dangling. And noticing the sensations happening in the shoulder blades, in the lower back. Nice long breath. Just taking our time. And on the next inhale, carrying on the journey upwards, slowly stacking up the spine, one vertebra at a time, coming to standing position. Then the arms can circle a little bit, creating a bit more space in the chest. Stepping to the front of the mat, feet together. Inhale, lifting the arms to the ceiling, looking up. Exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips. You can bend the knees a little bit to keep the back nice and straight. Inhale, halfway lift, back parallel to the mat, hands resting on the legs. Exhale, hands coming onto the floor, stepping the feet to the back of the mat, coming into high plank. On the next exhale, you can bring the knees down if you want first, or lowering yourself down in one line. Resting the tummy on the ground. Inhale, lifting the chest, high cobra. On the next exhale, coming onto all four, big toes together. You can bring a block right underneath where your head is, opening the knees a bit wider, and then slowly releasing down, coming into child's pose, Balasana. Nice long breath here. Reconnecting with the body, noticing sensations happening, reconnecting with the breath. On the next inhale, coming back onto all four, move the block, tucking the toes under, ready to lift. Inhale, hips to the ceiling, downward facing dog. Nice long breath. On the next inhale, walking the hands towards the feet, bend the knees as soon as you need, resting the tummy on the thighs. On the next inhale, swinging the arms forward, lifting the chest, coming into Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, folding forward, swinging the arms to the back. Feel free to let go of a big sigh through the mouth. Inhale, swinging the arms forward. Feel free to go to all the way to standing position. Exhale, bend the knees, swinging back. Inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the arms, going all the way to standing. Exhale, bend the knees, folding forward, arms to the back. A few more of those. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift and stretch. Exhale, bend and go down. Inhale, lift and stretch. Exhale, to the down. Inhale, lift back to standing position, one breath. Exhale, releasing the arms on the side, stepping the feet to the front of the mat. On the next inhale, stepping the right foot to the back, pivoting towards the right side, big toes pointing towards each other. Quite a wide stance between the feet. Hands can rest on the hips. Inhale, lifting the chest, shoulders to the back, creating length. On the next exhale, folding forward, keeping the back nice and straight. Inhale, lifting back up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting back up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, coming back up. And then from here, pivoting the feet so the feet are now pointing out to the outside. One big inhale here, maybe lifting the arms on the other side. Exhale, bending the knees, coming into goddess pose and bringing the hands to rest on the knees for a little bit of support. So maybe gently going from side to side here, maybe gently going a little bit lower. Nice long breath here, taking the time. Swinging a little bit to the left and then to the right, and then going a little bit lower. And on the next inhale, lifting all the way back up, stepping back to the front of the mat, adding a little bit of motion here, maybe gently stretching the back of the feet on the ground. Feet together, top of the mat. Inhale, lifting the arms to the ceiling, growing tall, looking up. Exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips. Keep the knees bent if you need. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the floor. Stepping the feet to the back of the mat, coming into high plank, one breath. On the next exhale, you can bring the knees down first, and then lower yourself down in one line. From here, on the next inhale, so the hands are directly underneath the shoulders, making sure the tummy stays in contact with the mat for as long as possible. So imagine you're trying to peel the chest away from the mat, starting from the top of the chest all the way to the tummy, but keeping the tummy, so where the hips are, so maybe gently going from left to right, swinging the hips here, just to find that contact with the mat. On the next inhale, when you're ready, starting to lift the chest, and only coming as far as you can still feel the tummy on the ground. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale, lift the chest, looking up, keep the tummy on the ground. Exhale, back down. So kind of massaging the tummy here. Inhale, lifting the chest, high cobra, looking ahead, tummy touching the floor. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, down. On the next inhale, lifting the chest, bringing the elbows and the forearms in front of you here. So elbows directly underneath the shoulders. Finding Sphinx position. Once again, feel free to swing the hips a little bit, shift the hips left and right. Once again, to find that contact of the tummy with the ground. There's a little bit of space between the legs. They don't need to be stuck together. Nice long breath here. Noticing as you inhale how the tummy is pushing against the mat. And as you exhale, slowly collapsing back down. One more breath. On the next exhale, gently release the head and the chest towards the ground. Hands coming underneath the shoulders. Inhale, pushing back up. Coming back to seated position on the heels. Feel free to release the arms here for a little bit. Adding whatever movement you feel you need. Back onto all four, tucking the toes under. Inhale, hips to the ceiling, downward facing dog. One breath here. On the next inhale, lifting the right leg up. Exhale, bringing the right foot to the right side of your right hand, all the way to the front. So if you find that a little bit tricky, you can always use some blocks underneath the hands to create a bit space for lizard's pose. Nice long breath here, making sure the back is aligning. So allowing the hips to align with the rest of the body, but not sinking too deep towards the ground. Nice long breath here. On the next exhale, slowly releasing the left knee back down, untucking the back foot. Now making sure the weight can come and rest onto the left arm and left hand. Inhale, lifting the right arm, opening to the right, and then bringing the right arm towards the back, aligning with your back leg. Nice long breath. Spending a few breaths here if you want to challenge yourself. See if perhaps you can bend the back leg. Maybe find that foot with your right hand, holding on here. Down lizard. Nice long breath. Don't worry if you can't. See what works for you right now. Exhale, slowly release, coming back to the center. Tucking the toes of the back foot. Inhale, lifting the left knee off the ground. Exhale, standing the right foot to the back of the mat. Back into downward facing dog. One breath here, ready for the other side. Inhale, lifting the left leg. Exhale, bringing the left foot all the way to the front on the side of the left hand. Aligning the body, lizard's pose. Once again, you always have the option to use some blocks to create a bit more space if you need it. On the next exhale, releasing the right knee down, untucking the back foot. Now gently bringing the weight onto the right arm. Inhale, lifting the left arm, circling all the way until you're pointing the left arm towards the back, parallel with your back leg. And then perhaps you want to try and bend the back leg, see if you can reach the right foot with the left hand. See what works for you. You might find that it's fine on one side but not the other. That's perfectly normal. And on the next exhale, slowly release, coming back to the center, left hand on the front, tucking the toes of your back foot. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, sending the left foot to the back of the mat, back into downward facing dog. Feel free to bend one knee at a time, as usual, whatever you need. From here, inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, bringing the right knee all the way to touch the right wrist, allowing the right leg to come down on the mat, releasing the left leg onto the mat, ready for pigeon's pose. So making sure your right knee is a little bit outside in terms of alignment with your right hip, right? So right knee a little bit on the outside. Your right foot doesn't have, the lower part of your leg doesn't have to be parallel to the short side of your mat. You can close the right knee a little bit, see what works. You may want to bring a block underneath the right buttocks just to align your hips. And then when you're ready, shuffling whatever you need to find that position where the left leg is flat on the ground with the back of the left foot on the floor. Maybe bring a block in front of you here. On the next exhale, walking the hands away from you. The head can rest on top of the block. If you don't have a block, don't worry. Making fists with your hands, stacking up your hands, and then gently resting the forehead here. Pigeon's pose. Tucking the toes of your back foot, gently lifting the left knee off the ground. Feel free to shuffle a little bit here, and then gently releasing the back leg again. Spending the next few breaths here. Feel free to close the eyes and then really tuning in with the sensations happening everywhere in the body. Maybe more in the right hip, right knee. Breathing through the stretch. Allowing the stretch to really permeate all the layers on the right hip, the right thigh. Allowing the muscles to really understand what's going on here, to get used to it. And on the next inhale, starting to lift the chest, walking the hands towards you. Lifting the chest, maybe bringing the hands all the way to be on top of your front leg. You can always use blocks. So using the blocks for support, really pushing the chest as high as you can. If you're finding that you're feeling pinches in the lower back, that's because you've gone too high. Just gently lower the chest a little bit, see what works for you. Now bringing the hands back down on the mat, tucking the toes of your left foot, and then using the left toes and the left knee, crawling the body forward a little bit, bringing the hips a little bit more forward. And then on the next inhale, slowly lifting the hips, unraveling the right leg, right foot comes to the back into downward facing dog. Being very gentle here, bending one knee at a time, noticing the sensation that happen in the right leg. Ready for the other side. Inhale, lifting the left leg up. Exhale, left knee all the way to the left wrist. Slowly releasing the legs down. Finding whatever shuffling movement you need. Making sure the left knee is a little bit on the outside compared to the left hip. And then when you're ready, walking the hands away from you, allowing the chest to come towards the mat, releasing the forehead on the block, on your hands, maybe on the mat. Tucking the toes of your right foot, lifting the right knee, feel free to shuffle a little bit here, and then slowly releasing the right leg back down. Closing the eyes if you want. Connecting to the breath. Taking the opportunity to notice the sensations happening in the body. The left hip, maybe the left knee, maybe the lower back. Allowing the breath to guide you through the stretch. And once again, giving time to the muscles to get used to the stretch. And on the next inhale, starting to lift the chest, walking the hands towards you. Feel free to use blocks for support here. And allowing the chest to go as high as your body will allow. Watch out for any pinches happening in the lower back. Nice long breath. And as you next exhale, move the blocks, bringing the hands back down. Tucking the toes of your right foot, using the toes and the knee, the right knee, to crawl the body a little bit more forward. And on the next inhale, lifting the hips, slowly unraveling the left leg, left foot to the back of the mat, back into downward facing dog. Nice long breath. Taking the time. On the next exhale, slowly releasing the knees down on the ground, crossing the lower part of the legs, rolling back, coming to seated position, stretching the legs in front of you. Maybe adding a little bit of movement here, tapping the back of the legs, lifting the flesh of the sitting bone. Feel free to use a strap, so if you want to grab a strap. So bringing the legs stuck together, feet flexed towards the ceiling, lots of activity at the top of the legs here. Arms can be on either side of the body at first. Shoulders rolled away from the ears, chin slightly to the chest, sucking the navel in. Creating length in the back, visualizing that long line, traveling from the base of the spine all the way to the neck and the back of the head. Dandasana. On the next inhale, grabbing hold of your strap, lifting the arms towards the ceiling, creating a long line with the chest and the arms. Exhale, folding forward. Imagine you want to bring the tummy to the thighs first. And then slowly allowing the arms to lower down, wrapping the strap behind your feet. If you don't have a strap, maybe the hands on either side of your legs. If you're quite open, maybe you can grab on to your big toes with middle finger, index, and thumb. Nice long breath here. Squeezing that space between the tummy and the thighs. So keeping the back nice and straight, shoulders are open, lifted, so not rounding up the back, not collapsing the head towards the legs, keeping the chest lifted. Spending the next few breaths here. And using the breath as you inhale, lifting the chest a little bit, and as you exhale, melting, going a little bit lower perhaps. Inhale, gently lifting. Exhale, folding forward a little bit deeper. On the next inhale, lifting back, releasing the strap if you are using the strap, and then bringing the feet sole to sole, not too close to the body. So creating that diamond shape with lots of space between the heels and your groin. Nice long breath here, maybe grabbing onto the blocks, making sure the blocks aren't too far. Big inhale first, opening up, length in the back. Exhale, folding forward. Imagine you want to bring the head towards the feet. You can cup the feet with the hands. And this time allowing your back to round up. Allowing the spine to do whatever it wants. So no tension in the neck or in the shoulders. Feel free to add a little bit of rocking motion here, just a little bit, just to make sure. And then if you want to have a little bit more comfort, stacking up these blocks on top of your feet, and then allowing your head to rest here. Maybe closing the eyes. Tuning in with the body, listening up for any signals being sent by the body to the brain. Noticing sensation in the lower back, in the hips, maybe in the knees, maybe in the side of the thighs. Visualizing the shoulders coming towards the ground, sinking towards the ground, following gravity. Visualizing the shoulder blades separating from each other. And on the next inhale, slowly coming back up, moving the blocks, gently helping the knees, stretching the legs, adding a little bit of motion here for the legs. And then leaning back, using the hands and the arms for support, bending the legs, and bringing the feet on the edge of the mat on either side here. So right foot, right side, left foot, left side. And then from here, slowly rocking the knees from left to right, pointing to the left and traveling to the right, like a windscreen wiper type of motion. Nice long breath, noticing any sensation happening in the front of the legs, in the side of the legs, the hips, the lower back. And on the next inhale, slowly bringing the chest back up, releasing the arms. Feel free to add whatever movement you need. Getting ourselves ready now for Shavasana. So if you need to bring a blanket, just to make sure you're nice and comfortable, do whatever you need, and then gently coming down onto the mat, lowering yourself onto the mat, lying on your back. So if you're like me, you've got ponytails, maybe removing the ponytail. And really finding a comfortable position. Legs slightly apart, feet just flopping to the side, arms away from the body, palms facing up. Maybe gently rolling the head from side to side, just to find that neutral position for the neck. Closing the eyes. Taking one big inhale through the nose. And releasing a big sigh through the mouth. Allowing the breath to come back to a natural pace. And releasing any tension from anywhere in the body. Allowing the body to feel heavier and heavier. Sinking into the mat a little bit deeper and deeper with each breath. As if becoming one with the floor, melting into the ground, and feeling safe here. Feeling supported by Mother Earth, as if Mother Earth was wrapping a warm cocoon around the body, keeping you safe. Taking a moment to notice if any thoughts are still coming to the mind, and without any judgment, just simply allowing those thoughts to roll away, just like clouds being pushed away by the wind, revealing the blue sky behind, your inner peace, allowing you to simply be. Now slowly bringing the awareness back to the breath. Starting to wiggle the toes, the fingers, gently bringing movement back into the body. Bending the legs and lifting the knees to the chest, holding on to the knees. Slowly rocking from side to side. Coming to rest onto one side. Head supported by the hands, knees to the chest. Eyes are still closed. Just taking one final moment before reconnecting with the rest of the day. And when you're ready, no rush. Slowly pushing yourself back up. Back to seated position, crossed legs. Resting the hands on the knees. And ready to close the class with an Om. Feel free to join. Inhale. Bringing the hands in prayer pose to the forehead. May our thoughts be filled with kindness and compassion. Bringing the hands to the mouth. May our words be filled with kindness and compassion. And finally, bringing the hands to the heart. May our action be filled with kindness and compassion. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you feel relaxed and I wish you a lovely day. Thanks. See you soon. Bye-bye.